All right, let's go ahead and get up. Let's start with beautiful angel wings by lifting up those shoulders, lifting those arms all the way out, lifting those hands all the way up and dropping down. Taking a nice deep breath coming up, stretching up out of that rib cage and dropping it down. Deep breath coming up. And come down. Here we go. And deep breath out. Let's keep this motion going, ladies. Let's do 2 more of these. Beautiful. Now let's take our hands and place them in the key of the universe position, and we're just going to lower our head down to the ground. And slowly lean our head all the way back as we look up to the sky and drop back into the neck. Deep breath as we come out. And deep breath coming in as we come up. And in, coming up. And out. Let's just keep this motion going. Good job. Let's do 2 more of these, leaning back and going forward. And from here, let's take the ear and shift it to the left and over to the right. Pushing that neck on a weird axis now. Just taking nice deep breaths as we're pushing that gunk out at the bottom of the neck. Job on that. And now let's take the head and let's move it forward and back. Forward and back. Take a really good breath in. Good job. Now from here, let's go ahead and put this motion together by going forward, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, side. Just rotating that neck around. And when we feel comfortable with this, we're going to soften it and push it now into a circle. Working that thyroid gland out, breaking up anything that's blocking any of those throat chakras. Getting good energy in there. And let's slow that down now and let's roll it to the other side. Make sure we're hearing our breath during this class. If we're not hearing the breath, we want to breathe a little bit deeper and release that oxygen a little bit harder. Good job from here. Now let's slow that down, and from the wrist, let's just softly roll those wrists. Gently rotating those down. all the way below that root chakra. We drop down, and then we bring those arms all the way back up, reaching high to the sky and rotating those wrists down nice and soft again. Deep breath in and rotate down. Keep that breath going as we roll down. Deep breath in as we come up. Few more deep in. And roll down. Last time, deep breath up. Down. Now from here, let's put those hands on the hips, and we're just gonna stretch those elbows back as far back as possible, stretching that scapula, bringing those shoulder blades together, taking a nice deep breath in through that nose. As we release it, we bring those elbows forward, pushing that breath out. Really push up out of the scapula now so you see those shoulders going up. And deep breath as we come in. Really expanding those lungs as we breathe in oxygen and release that all. Deep breath in as we come in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in as we come in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in as we come in. And deep breath out as we come out. And deep breath in, coming in. We're gonna do 2 more of these. And deep breath out. Last time, deep breath in. And out. Now from here, let's just go ahead and raise one of the shoulders up and stretch the other shoulder down. Really trying to bring that shoulder up to the ear and pushing that shoulder down. We're stretching out underneath those lymph nodes and bringing that muscle up off the clavicle bone. So let's go a little faster with that, just pushing up and down. A little bit faster with that. Good job. Now we're going to put this motion together by bringing that chest up, lifting that shoulder up, dropping that chest down, and then lifting that shoulder up. So we go chest, side, drop, side. Lift the chest, lift the shoulder, drop the chest, lift the shoulder. Lift the chest, lift the shoulder, drop the chest, lift the shoulder. So chest, side, drop, side, chest, side, drop, side. Chest, side, drop, side. Good job. Let's just work on this for a few minutes. Still getting nice, good oxygen in through that nose. And for those that are feeling comfortable with this motion, we're going to soften it now by bringing it around into a circle. Just rotating that chest around. It's just in the chest. Everything else should stay soft and solid. Hips are solid. Neck is solid. It's just the chest now. If you get a little stuck, just remember to lift the chest, lift the shoulder, drop the chest, and lift the shoulder. Just when we have that down, we move into the circle. Good job on this. Now let's slow that down, and we're going to now go into the opposite direction of just rolling that around. And those that aren't familiar with just turning that, we're going to lift the chest, lift the shoulder, drop the chest, lift the shoulder. Chest, side, drop, side, chest, side, drop, side, chest, side, drop, side. And just stay in this until we have this down, because this motion is going to break up all that gunky stuff that isn't allowing our chest to move in a circular motion. So just practice this if we don't have that down. Otherwise, we're going to soften it on this next time around and just roll that chest into a circle. Nice deep breaths, ladies. Good job here. All right, we're going to slow that down now. We're going to work on those snake arms. So let's bring one shoulder, one elbow, one wrist, flip that up and drop that down. Other side, shoulder, elbow, wrist, flip and drop that down. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, flip and drop that down. And shoulder, elbow, wrist, flip that, drop that down. Now as one shoulder, elbow, wrist starts to come up, the other one's going to drop down. So just remember, as one shoulder, elbow, wrist comes up, the other one comes down. So we're going to work on this for 3 minutes today by doing nice big snake arms. We're going to walk forward with them. And as we come back with them, we're going to go short and fast, short and fast. So the forward is nice and big. When you stand in place, it's nice and big. And then back is short and fast. So just getting nice deep breaths as we're still reaching up out of that rib cage. Working on a balance right now, shifting that liquid into the equilibrium. Making nice, perfect balance left and right. Now when we're ready, we're going to start walking forward with this. So here we go. Nice little steps walking forward. And when you can't walk forward anymore, we're going to go back, short and fast. Make sure we're getting nice deep breaths in as we do this. Good job. Now let's slow that down back to big snake arms. And when we're ready, we're gonna walk forward with this. Here we go. Nice steps forward. And when we can't go forward anymore, we go back, short and fast, short and fast. Make sure to get out of the hurt and into the breath. Now let's slow that down for the last time, working these snake arms nice and big. Really stretch those arms out. Good job. And when we're ready, we're going to move forward with this last time. Here we go. Nice steps. And when we can't go forward anymore, it's back short and fast, short and fast. Let's push through this, breathing this out, ladies. We'll do this for another 15 seconds, just breathing and pushing. For 10. For 5. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's just let those arms go nice and limp now. And we're just swinging them back and forth now, trying to get a nice stretch at the top of those triceps. Nice deep breath. All right, everyone, let's grab some water. All right, from here, let's go ahead and work a little bit of these hips. So we're gonna lift up a hip. We're gonna push the hip out and just sit down on it, getting a nice stretch on the side of that butt cheek right there. So we're just lifting the hip up, pushing out, and sitting down on it. So get a nice deep stretch on the side of those hips. So lift it up, push, and sit.
Done.
Lift up, push, and sit. And up and out. Good job. Really get some nice oxygen in there.
I'm in the back.
Good job. 1 or 2 more on each side. Good job on these. Now we're going to take the opposite motion here and we're going to circle the hands around and we're just going to sit down now. Then we're going to cup the back and lift the chest. So how that looks from the side, we're circling and sitting, then we're cupping and lifting the chest. Okay? So we want to feel this down in the shins as we sit down into this. And now let's lift all the way up and go all the way down, lowering that back, grabbing the back of those hands and pushing that face down to the ground. Nice deep breath in and push the face down to the ground. Nice deep breath in and push. open those arms up, slowly bringing that back all the way out. And same thing as we did before. We're just sitting down, tucking that core in, lifting that chest up, pushing down in the shins, holding this beautiful stance. And then we open those arms up, flatten that back, grab the back of those hands, and now push that face down to the ground. Nice deep breath in. And push. Deep breath in. And push. And a nice deep breath in. And push. Open up those arms, flatten that back, come up softly. And now let's go ahead and let's put this motion together by taking a seat, pushing the hip out, pushing the butt around, and pushing the hip out. So pelvic forward as we lean the hips, push the butt out, swing it around, and now lean it forward. All the way around. Soften those hips. Soften those knees when we come forward, pulling that pelvic forward and pushing that around. Getting nice big circles there in the hips. Good job on this one. Couple more rounds going around this way. And now let's go to the opposite direction by just pushing that hip out, butt all the way down. Pelvic forward, pushing that around. Good job. Keep this motion going. Right, let's go ahead and move up and we're going to work on the figure eight. So we'll take the right hip and push it forward, diagonally, come back. Left hip forward, diagonal back. Right hip forward, diagonal back. Left hip forward, diagonal back. So we're really just shifting when we come forward and sliding back diagonally. Now for those that feel comfortable, we're going to soften this now and bring them into soft circles. Just going in with it now. And when we're ready, let's add the arms. Grab that air and bring it in. Grab it and pull it. Grab and pull. And pull. Remember, we're going diagonal, and the infinity sign should be a nice figure eight. This is a really strong sacred geometrical pattern that we do with the body in belly dance. And we learn how to create all of this universal flow by doing this figure eight with the hips. Good job, ladies. Now we're going to slow this down and we're going to reverse this now. So bring the hip out and around and the other hip out and around. Out and around. Bring those hips out now into a big circle, just circling them out. Draw the circles with your arms. Bring them around and follow through. Coming all the way around. Good job, ladies, on this. Okay, grab water if we need it. Otherwise, we're going to start moving into the shimmy. All right, for the shimmy, arms go out. We can either hold the arms out, hold them under the chest, hold them above the shoulders, bring them above the head, or just nice, not keeping them here, but keeping them about here. And then the hips are just gonna go forward and back. Hips forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. That's how we're moving the hips right now. Good job. Now we're going to soften this by just going back and forth. Now we're going to work on our shimmy for 3 minutes today. So let's bring it up and shimmy. This is just going to be in the hips. So if we get anywhere else, just try to feel the motion in the hips, staying fluid. And breathe. Now for those of you that are ready, we're going to move this forward and back with the shimmy. So we're just walking forward now, taking nice soft steps, keeping that motion nice and fluid in those hips, and just bringing ourselves forward and back. Keeping that breath nice and fluid, and let's move it forward. And back. And when you're ready, we're going to stand in place and we're going to go now into a circle. So let's take our steps around now and we're just moving it into a circle. And now go opposite way with that circle. And just keep that motion going, just getting that nice fluidity in that hip. Woo, yeah. Got about a minute and a half to go still, girls. Just keep running that position out. And let's go forward and back again with this. Good job. Still get that minute flowing. Really push it and give it all your go. You can still go in circles again. One more half minute, girls. Really push this out. Push it out. Keep going. 20 more seconds. For 10, here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, yeah. And when we're ready, let's just go ahead and take a nice deep breath up and out. Leaning back, opening up that rib cage. And come forward all the way down. Letting all of that tension go. And deep breath as we come up slowly. Leaning back into that back. And softly coming down, releasing all of that tension. Deep breath as we come up. And all the way out. Now let's go ahead and grab some water. All right, today we're gonna work a little bit on our butt shibby. So really all we're doing with the hips, we're moving the hips from one side to the other. One side to the other. Just back and forth, back and forth. That's all we're doing. Our feet are staying solid, planted into the ground, and we're just going back and forth. Now, for those that have good balance, we could do this without a wall. If we need a wall, then we're gonna get the wall, because this is how it's gonna move, back and forth, until we get that shibby in there to where we can shake the butt, back and forth, okay? So if we're just comfortable staying here doing this, that's fine too. We just want that rocking motion in the hips. And then when you're ready, let's get it up to a nice shibby. And as we get that shibby, we're gonna start now to come down with it. Slowly just bringing those hips back and forth and still keeping in that motion. And now we bring those hips back up. So it's really just rocking in the legs and torso here. And now bring it down. And now walk it up. And bring it down. And bring it up. Good job from that. All right, so let's work on the hips a little bit more. We're going to lift the hip up, take a step out, drop that hip down, slide that foot in. Hip goes up, take a step out, drop the hip down, slide it in. So up, step, drop, slide. Up, step, drop, slide. Up, step, drop, slide. Make sure we're getting nice good oxygen in, releasing all this funky area. Now, when we feel comfortable with this motion, we're going to soften it and make it into a half crescent moon. So out with the circle and then pull it in. Out with the circle, pull it in. Hip up and out and pull that in. Still getting that nice, beautiful oxygen in. Good job. A couple more on this side. And now let's shift it to the other side. So lifting that hip up, taking a step out, dropping the hip down, sliding the foot in. Hip up, step out, drop down, slide in. Up, step, drop, slide. Up, step, drop, slide. Good job. When we have this motion down, we're going to soften it now into a half crescent moon. So up and out and drag it in. Good job. Really push those hips out. Let's do a few more of these on this side. Good job. Now we're going to invert it now to the other side. So let's take a step out. Lift the hip up, pull that hip in, drop that hip down. Step out, hip up, pull in, drop down. Step out, lift up, pull in, drop down. Good job. Let's keep that motion rolling. Good job. Now we're going to soften this now by circling it up and dropping it. So circle and drop. Circle and drop. Circle and drop. Good job. Let's do a few more of these on this side. And now let's rotate it to the other by stepping out, lifting up, pulling that hip in and dropping it down. So step out, lift up, pull in, drop down. Out, up, in, drop. Out, up, in, drop. Good job on this one. Now when you feel comfortable with this, we're going to soften this into a half moon, half crescent, and drop. Step it up, and drop. And up, and drop. Still listening to that deep oxygen getting in those lungs and push into the areas that feel gunky. Good job on these. Let's do a few more of these. Now I want to go back and forth with this. So we're going to go in and up. So up and in and up and in. We're just now using both of the hips to come inward, bringing it in, up and 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 in. Good job. Now we're going to go out with this. So take the hips now and push it out and out, up and out, up and out, up and out. Rotate those hips to the side, lifting it up and dropping down. Good job. All right, let's slow those hips down. And now let's just make nice baby circles with those hips. Now let's move into medium circles. Now let's go to big hip circles. Push that butt out and around. And now back into center circles. And now back to baby circles. Note that every time we do these circles, we break it down into 3 different sections of circles. That way we could break out different parts of the back, the hips, the knees, all that stuff. Now slow that down, and now we rotate it to the opposite side in a circle. Now let's go into center circles.
I try to tell them that numbers are towards understanding is bigger than us. How to make the strength.
And now let's go into big hip circles. So push that butt down and around. Pelvic will come forward. Nice deep breaths.
Self and us until it's together in its dream.
Good job. Now back into center circles we go. And back into little hip circles. All right, now we're going to get into a little bit of those hip squats so we can get nice strong buns. So right foot forward and like you're sitting down like this. Then we're going to take the hip, lift the hip up, bring the hip out, open the leg, squatting down, and then close. So lift up, hip open, drop down, and close. Up, open, drop, close. Up, open, drop, close. Feel yourself lifting up and squatting down. This is how we're going to get beautiful buns. These certain types of squats are going to cut so quick down your IT band and give you that nice cut in the leg that you need. Just do them correctly, like the plie, and then close it. Let's do 2 more of these, coming this way. Good job. Now from here on the hip, stay right here. We're going to bring the hip inward now. Dip it down, open the leg, and bring it up. Dip that hip down, squat it open. Hip up, drop, open. Hip up, drop, open. Hip up, turn it in, drop it, open. Here we go. Should be feeling that squat now in the other leg. Getting nice firm buns with this. Let's do 2 more on this side. Good job. Now to the other side. Left foot forward, like we're sitting down. Hip comes up, open, squat, and close. Hip up, open, squat, drop. Hip up, open, squat. Good job. 2 more of these squats on this side. And now stop the hip right here and bring the hip forward, dropping it down and opening it. hip up, drop, open. Hip up, drop, open. Keep this motion going through the rest of this song. Good job, ladies. You really should be feeling those nice buns at this point. Good job. 2 more of these last motions. And now from here, if we need water, grab water. Then we're going to move into the hip, or down into the knees. All right, let's go ahead and drop down into the knees now. And we're just going to circle those knees around. Good job on this side. Keep it nice and fluid together. Try not to lean those knees over the toes. Just nice little circles. Now slow that down and we're going to go to the opposite direction. Now from here, I want you to take some nice deep steps out, nice big steps out, and just with the right knee now, circle it out. Now staying on the right knee, slow that down and now just go inward with it. So focusing on that right knee a little bit. And now let's go ahead and shift it over to the left knee, just pushing it outward into a circle. And still staying on that left knee, we're now going to slow that down and bring that circle inwards now. When you're ready, let's bring those legs in together. And last time, we're going to take the knees and circle them to the right. And now slow that down into the opposite way. Last time to the left, just circle that around. And let's softly bring the body up. And now with the right foot, We're just gonna step down underneath the toes and press down on the toes. Getting some nice strength in the foot there, nice stretch in the foot, nice deep oxygen. Now we're swinging off of that ankle and we're just gonna rotate it now. Rotate that foot around into a circle. Let's slow that down now and let's rotate that ankle into the circle inwards. Really focusing on just that ankle, even though the foot's moving, pushing all that stuff around in the ankle to break that up. Good job on that. So a couple more rotations. And let's pull that back and left foot forward now. And we're just up under those toes, pressing down on the toes now and stretching that foot out. Now let's come off of that foot and let's rotate into a circle going outwards with that ankle. And let's slow that down now and go inwards with that circle. Good job on this motion. Now let's take that right foot and take a nice step forward. And we're going to take the right hand and place it up and the left hand goes down by the hip. And we're just doing a nice lunge forward and then lifting up to the sky in the back. So lunging forward and lifting up. Lunging and lifting. We give our gifts and we receive our gifts. To give our gifts, to receive these beautiful gifts, just to give them. Still taking nice deep breaths in as we come up and down. Let's do a few more on this side, reaching up and gifting, receiving those gifts, and gifting. Now let's turn this to the opposite side. Left foot forward, left hand up, and then right hand tucks down. Here we go, as we lean and lunge, and then we lift up from the back. So we lean and lift. Lean and lift. Keep this motion going, just breathing with this. Let's do 2 more of these gifts and receive. job, ladies. Now today I'm going to teach you the full body undulation. So right foot forward. We're taking the head and going head forward, chest, drop the chest, bring the tummy in. Okay? Head, chest, drop, tummy roll. Head, chest, drop, tummy roll. Head, chest, drop, tummy roll. Now from here, we're going to kick with the hip, bring that foot out, hold the hip back, and drop it down. Okay, so kick with the hip, bring that leg out, hold the hip in, and drop it down. Okay, so after the belly roll, out with the hip, leg out, bring it in, drop it down. Belly roll, hip, leg, pull it in, drop. Good job. Now let's move this motion together from top to bottom. So head, neck, chest, belly, hip, kick, pull, and drop. Let's try that again. Head, chest, drop, belly, hip, push, out, and in. Let's try it again. Head, neck, chest, drop, belly, hip, kick, in, drop. Now let's work on this motion for a few. Here we go. Head, neck, chest, belly, hip, kick, in, drop. Roll it up all the way down, circle that hip, kick it, and pull it in. Good job. Let's roll this down 2 more times on this side. Now let's go over to the other side. So left foot forward now. Head, chest. Drop the chest, belly. Hip comes out, kick that foot, pull it in, drop it down. Head, neck, chest. Belly, hip, kick, in, drop. Head, neck, chest, belly, hip, kick, in, and drop. So head, neck, chest, belly, hip, out, in, and drop. Let's work on that, ladies. We get lost, we're doing the head, neck, chest, belly, hip, kick, in, drop. Head, neck, drop, belly, hip, out, in, and drop. Let's do a few more of these. Head, neck, belly, hip, kick, out, and in. Head, neck, chest, belly, hip, kick, out, and in. Good job, ladies. So let's go ahead, arms up, and we're just gonna go back and forth. Stretch out that back. Nice deep breath. Keep that motion going, getting nice deep breaths in. Good job. From here, let's go ahead and let's start taking some nice deep breaths all the way in. Reach up to the universe and grab that universal energy, pulling down into the heart chakra. We lift up all the way to the sky, releasing all that energy and pulling it up through the earth chakra, right back up into the heart. Deep breath out and deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Hold that universal energy. Come down into the heart chakra, showing gratitude for everything that we just did. Working every cell in that body, waking it up. Getting grand movements. Let's do 2 more of these. Universal and energy connections. Now from here, let's just reach forward and let's spread that goddess energy to the earth and come back and give yourself a nice hug. Dropping that energy and dragging it all over, spreading it to the earth. Nice love for yourself, just to give it out. Now from here, let's just start rotating those hips around, rotating those arms around. And let's slow that down to the opposite side now, just rotating those hips around. Now let's move up into the chest and just move the chest around into a circle. And let's slow that down to the opposite way, just moving that chest around into a circle. And now let's drop that head around and just move that into a circle. And now opposite way with that neck, just dropping it around, rotating it. Still getting nice deep breaths in. Good job. Now just unwinding, coming forward together. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining Kundalini this morning. Remember, when we awaken the goddess inside, magical things happen. So keep that movement going, keep that shimmy on, and keep that sweat flowing, because woo, that was grand. Way to go, girls. Good job today. Woo. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Best.
You are so welcome.